A viewer told me to bend these over, so I did with a lot of them, and it's supposed to send the growth to the onions. So I'll try that. Thanks for the comment. I moved this Japanese maple because it was not doing great. It's starting to perk up a little. My favorite, one of my favorite flowers, marigolds. So my onions aren't getting big enough either because of my sun issue. So next year, but this is enough for what I need. But I'd like to see the big bulbs. Okay, nothing like picking an onion right out of your garden. Pretty fun. I think I'm gonna dig out those on the edge right there and put some tomatoes there. Or some type of plant. You said strawberries. Hey you guys, it's Mother's Day, but the weather is like awful. Me and my son got out and did stuff this morning, but my gosh, it's like Armageddon. But it made me, I like to use that word because that's what a lot of the weather feels like these days. It's just, the weather's gotten so extreme, especially in this country, it seems like. And you see YouTubers on other countries, they're like, we don't get tornadoes. I'm like, how do you not get tornadoes? We must just be lucky, I guess. I don't know. Huh. It's supposed to rain for days, and everything is already looking, we've already gotten so much rain, like 12 inches, it's already looking yellow. At this point, there's nothing you can do. Sunflowers are okay so far. I planted this tomato today, and it's looking really weepy, but it'll perk up. So moved some of my tomatoes over here. This is where I get more of my sun. So this is going to be my sun solution. Ah, there's my coffee. Do you lose your coffee all morning when you're in the garden, or is it just me? I'll be right back. I gotta heat this up. Tomorrow I'm finally gonna send out a resume for 1 day a week. I'm gonna ease into this working thing again. What makes my camera so fuzzy? Is it the humidity? Do you guys know? I complain about the rain, but it's actually when I do most of my gardening. I'm gonna do a garden tour while it's raining because it's like one of those light drizzles that if you live in Georgia, you like to garden in the rain because once it gets hot, you don't even want to be out there. I shouldn't say ripping. I'm going to gently dig up all these irises and share them with people. Repairs Rule, which he's changed his name, so I gotta get used to what the new name is, but he said something about an honor box, which I would do, like those, it's almost like those little libraries that they, you know, you leave a book, take a book that you put in neighborhoods so you can get free books. But you put like a little money box and you put your plants up there and you sell them, and people donate what they can, or you put prices however you want to do it. Dang it, Dave, what is that name? What is your name now? He literally just changed it today. But he gave me the idea. I'll put the link later on the video. I have to trim all these bushes. They're crazy big, and I don't like using the electric trimmer. It makes me nervous, and I just don't like using, I like hand stuff, like the shears and stuff like that. So I probably will use the electric trimmer for those because they've gotten pretty big. Otherwise it takes forever. I just don't want to worry about a cord. I always worry about cutting the cord in half or cutting my finger off. One or the other. See, I have these strawberries. I've about given up on strawberries this year. I did get a lot one year, but I think the shade's getting more and more in back. My gardenias are starting to bloom. So I have brought them to the front garden where all the sunshine is. I have one up there, which is pretty high up. So maybe the birds, of course I have the feeder right over here, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not too worried about it. I'll find something else to plant. You know, you'll find some things do great, some things don't. And if they don't, then you grow something else. I'm not gonna spend a bunch of money trying to grow strawberries when they're not doing well. Especially when they're on sale. I can make jam. 2 for $5, 2 for $6, I think they were when they're in season. Of course, my family eats it in like 4 days, but I try. So I got a lot of trimming on these hedges to do. But yep, it was really dark today. It was a fun Mother's Day though. My husband worked, but me and my son went out to eat, and we hardly had to wait. I couldn't believe it. Got there just in time. And then it got super busy and they were closing at noon, so I was glad. My wildflower mix is doing great. See all these little white flowers? And I don't know what this is. Looks like dill, but it's a wildflower, so I will have to. I think I have black-eyed Susans in there. So that's exciting. Look at these wild drain. I'm telling you, I'm about to get soaked, but every year the deer would eat these down, and my balloon flower, and there's been like 10. So maybe there's just too many now. They don't come up here. That's what I'm hoping. They're in the back all the time, and I throw them food, so maybe they just eat the food I throw them and leave my garden alone. So this is my front garden, which is very easy to work in. I was blessed with raised beds when I moved in. It was one of the things that I fell in love with this house for. It's funny because the realtor was like, oh, should we rip out the beds in the back? You know how the realtors tell you to do certain things. And I'm like, no, that's one of the things I loved. I mean, that's a lot of work that saves you when you buy a house with garden beds already. So I'm not going to complain about the rain, except the vegetable garden is going to suffer, but it'll hopefully perk back. Not too good for all the starter plants. Like, I don't know how long this Lenten rose blooms, but it's been going forever. So I'm not finished weeding this yet. This week will be great for that because it'll be soaking wet. Come right out. I want to plant this banana plant this year because I think it is pretty cold hardy. But I hate to rip out all this sedum, but I miss seeing all the pretty rock underneath, so that's what I'm doing. My poor plants are drowning. This is too much rain. We'll just call it the rainforest.